Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Cosmic Tarot by Tilly Walden. On the bottom here is the website, Liminal 11. Feel free to check that out if you'd like to, of course. Supportive Oracle cards, Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Illustrated by Jesse Reish, and then there's also the Hay House website at the bottom there. Feel free to check that out if you'd like to. hayhouse.com, I believe. Okay. What do we have for Cancer? So, the first thing I got when I was shuffling, I kept getting something about disillusionment. Like, I don't know what to think about somebody. Like, I want to believe that things can be okay. Somebody I've been dealing with for quite a while that I actually do care about, but for some reason, I feel like it's starting to feel like it's just a matter of time before we have an issue again. I feel like that's the disillusionment. Okay. And it's kind of like I don't want to argue with this person. I keep getting that. I do care about them. I don't feel like there's a need to argue with them. So I'm trying to find another way to work around it. You're putting in a lot of effort to try to make this work better. But it's like I feel like this is the disillusionment, kind of like I'm starting to question, like, is it really ever going to go well? Currently, the energy is kind of like I feel like I'm avoiding them, but I'm trying to think out better ways to handle this. I'm putting in the effort, definitely. I see you very much putting in the effort for this. This is an interesting card because I feel like when I see the Queen of Swords, she has a lot of different facets to her. She's very complicated. She has control. If she has to say something and she wants to say something, like, I guess we don't have to get caught up in the gender, but if this person has something to say and wants to, yeah, they can be very biting. They can cut with their words if they decide that's what they want to do. But there's a lot of other facets to this person. Very smart, very intelligent, can also keep things very quiet, doesn't let people know what they don't want them to know. Very perceptive in seeing what other people are doing and how things are really going on. Very, very, very intelligent. Very, very intelligent person. Very, very. But that might be why you're kind of avoiding things. Kind of like, what's the point in saying something at this point? And I want things to go better, but I feel like it's just a matter of time. I got the Fool energy, but you seem to be aware of the Fool energy. Kind of like maybe they're doing well, maybe we're getting along really well right now, but it's kind of like I don't trust it because I'm like, I feel like you get blindsided every now and then by this person. Even though you care about them, once in a while it just comes out of nowhere where they're just like, they have an issue and they start giving you a hard time and you're like, I don't even understand what I did this time. I'm just like, it's like you just put something down on the coffee table a certain way and all of a sudden they're just ripping you apart for it. And it's kind of like, what is the deal? Like, why is that setting them off and why all of a sudden I'm this big bad person to them? You are definitely... I feel like you're even trying to like figure out like what is it that they want. Maybe there's a way I can do it. I can just do I could do some things just the way they want it and we'll just leave it at that and I'll just try to make this work. Maybe if I put extra effort into trying to make this work out, maybe they'll be nicer to me. It's very hot-cold with this person is what I'm also getting. Very hot-cold. Hot-cold, hot-cold. Either they're nice to you and they're very easy to get along with, or all of a sudden they're just like ripping you apart about the littlest things. They make you very stressed out. All right, so I'm a tarot reader. I'm not a psychiatrist, but like to me that sounds like a toxic trait. I don't know. It's really concerning me. I don't know. It makes me really like somebody who's hot and cold, and things are fine, but then they keep you on pins and needles. Like that seems like it's a control thing. It's making me nervous. Like, I don't know, be careful. You might want to talk to a professional about what this is. I don't know, it's concerning me. Because I do get that you're very, very bonded with this person and they mean a great deal to you. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship to be a toxic relationship. I don't know who I need to say that for. But, like, any type of relationship has potential to be toxic. Any. So, I don't know. I'm concerned about that. Because I see, like, there's opposite energy coming in for you. There's the devil coming in with the victory. Like, somebody's getting control of you. And somebody's, like, trying to kind of whittle you down a little bit. Because you're going to go into another good period where it seems like things are stable and things are staying stable. I feel like you're bending over backwards to try to work the way this person wants you to work. And it seems like you're thriving. I got a couple cards here face down. Where is this going? Ace of Cups, Princess of Pentacles, and Psychic protection. Are you seeing it for what this is? I do see that you're very emotionally bonded again. Very much. So even if it's excuse me. Even if it's a coworker, I do feel like there's a very strong emotional bond. You've got the Two of Swords. Two of Swords and the Justice card. You got a good card. You got good cards coming here, but I feel like I'm disconnected here, which is strange because you got the Ace of Cups, and I keep questioning that. But I got the Two of Swords and the Justice card, which is telling me I'm becoming more diplomatic. I'm also getting, like, I think that Ace of Cups is for you personally. I don't think you're sharing that Ace of Cups with somebody. I think you're keeping it to yourself. That Ace of Cups is for you. Okay, well, let's see where this is going. Kind of like, I feel like maybe you're accepting they are who they are. And I also see you kind of like, well, today's good, at least today is good, but they're going to play this game with me at some point. I just got to make sure I disconnect and step back and just emotionally let it go. It's a tarot reading. I feel like this one's a little brutal. Only in pieces. Like, I feel like it's about the other person. I feel like I'm being brutal to the other person because I'm really concerned about these controlling aspects. But I'm also getting, like, there may be some mental illness there. I'm not diagnosing anybody, just something to keep aware of. You don't want to be diagnosing people with that. But I'm just saying, it doesn't validate or make bad behavior acceptable. It's not what we're saying, but I'm getting, like, it might give you, like why do they do this? They might not have control of themselves. They might have literal emotional upheaval going on there. And maybe they don't realize a lot of people have toxic traits and are completely oblivious to it, not for nothing. Still doesn't make it valid, doesn't make it acceptable, doesn't mean you should put up with it. We're not going there at all with that. For some people, though, I feel like it just kind of, like, it helps you take it off of you. It helps people start realizing it's not you, it's literally them. Sometimes it makes it easier for people to realize, wait, like, it has literally nothing to do with me. They do this to everybody. Or they're selective targets, people they're comfortable with. I'm concerned about this because I see, like, you're protecting yourself going forward, but this could be a connection that it could be an unhealthy connection. Be aware of it. If this seems like it really hits for you, if this reading does seem like it's really pertinent, I would really kind of think, is it BetterHelp? I think there's online resources for, like, talking to therapists and talking, like, what you really deal with this person. A professional person might help you decide what's real here and what's not and what might be a better way to handle it. This is just a general read. I would highly recommend talking to a professional if this is really hitting, because it's concerning me that somebody you're dealing with might be manipulating you, and you're doing well now, but, like, what I'm feeling is, like, yes, you're doing well now, but we want to make sure you always do well. We want to make sure that this person doesn't get that upper hand on you again at some point, and I feel like this is a roller coaster situation for the next few months it feels like this will be good, but like at some point I feel like this could backlash. And I just want to put that reality there. If you see a professional, they can help you, you know, deconstruct this relationship for what it really is and help you feel more in control and happy in the long run. Because I do see you're protecting yourself and you're seeing this person in more of a truthful light of who they really are. You're starting to trust yourself more. And the more that self-trust you have, the stronger you are, the better you do, the happier your life is. You know how that all mixes together. Because you are putting in a lot of effort. You're bending over backwards. And I don't think the other one is, whoever the other person is. I don't see them at all. That's why I think we brought in the mental aspect, the mental illness, because they might not be capable of that. Again, that does not validate them treating you poorly. I just don't feel like victims are not allowed to create other victims either. I don't know why that's popping in. I mean, I believe that, but it's just kind of popping in from the side. Even if this person who treats you like this was a victim of somebody else doing that to them, that still doesn't validate them treating you bad. Victims do not get the right to create new victims. I don't know why that's popping in, but I don't know. It's kind of like, yes, victims deserve help, but they don't get to create more damage. It's still not how that works. I don't know what to tell you. So if that sounds brutal, I don't mean it to, but because I'm seeing like the pattern with this person, whoever it is, not only is it not changing, but they don't see themselves as having any type of problem. They look at it in reverse. They think you're the problem. So, and the way it feels, I don't think that's fair, because you seem to be bending over backwards to make things work out. You're trying to work it out. You're trying to think it out. You're doing what you can to try to get along. This relationship means a lot to you. That's why I keep thinking like it could be mental illness, because they are just so way out of tune with what's really going on around them. It just makes me wonder. I hate that I keep going down this road, but I'm gonna. Some people are really oblivious to their own mental illness. Like the way they experience life is kind of how they've always experienced life, and they just don't know the difference. I don't know. I feel like they're trying to give you context to not own stuff that's not fair for you to own. Because I feel like whatever this is, and take it with a grain of salt, especially if you have a professional you're talking to and you can bounce things off to them, I feel like a lot of this is not for you to own. It's for the other person, but they may not be capable of doing so. So however that hits for you. Hopefully that's helpful in some respect. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps you. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.